Question is, where are we now? It looks like we're in the boot. Ball.
Yellow. Copernicus? Is that you? Let me guess. You've gotten yourself into some kind of jam. Swinging by your toes over a tiger cage? Kidnapped?
There we go.
That doesn't sound like part of your dream. Then again,
No.
you do have a way of making enemies. Who'd you piss off this time? I sincerely doubt that. The fact that I'm hearing your voice now suggests otherwise.
Why is he out to get me? I need to rescue him.
Don't mess with him, kid. He's the final gatekeeper. Way too strong. You need to learn the spell first, before you can go up against him.
There's a spell? What spell?
Hey, if I knew it, I'd tell you. Speaking of which, did you find the box, Copernicus?
The locked one, yes, the mailbox.
Have you opened it yet?
So,
Figure out a way to open that box, Copernicus. Inside, you'll find out who you really are.
we start out by getting me out of this truck.
Lucky for you, I've got my farmer's almanac here. Let's have a look. Hang on. See, cabbage, caraway, carrot, car trunk. First thing you should do is reach around for the latch. Sounds kind of obvious.
But there's no latch.
Okay, next step. See if you can scare up the brake lights. Can you find them? It's a little gizmo with some wires.
Got him.
Okay. Yank on the wires and try to pull the lights into the trunk with you. Got 'em? What color are the lights?
Red.
We need a green light, kid. A steady green light. That's the way forward. Gotta run now. Good luck to you, kid.
Right, we need a red light. Right. Second. Let's put them on. Right, none of those going green. Let's swap that one. Oh, hang on, that shows a plus. That's gonna be... Ah, but it's crossed out. Wait a second, I think I see what you have to do. This one's plus. It can't be a green, it can't be... That one's gonna be pink. Right. Let's get the other one. That can't be thingy, so that's gotta be that one. That can't be pink, so it's gotta be green. No. Ah, can't be a plus terminal, so let's get a minus. This one says it's gotta be a plus. This one says it's gotta be that. That one's saying it's gotta be minus, so that's not that. So we swap that for that, that for that. There we go. Hello.
ما أدري شو تسوي بسيارتي.
بس من خبرتي بهذا المكان
عايش Arabic. Okay.
راح تسح بعدين.
English question.
انجلش. آسف، ما أدري هاي مو صدق، بس أنا أشعر بيه كاني من صدق حجة سعر. كل شيء هنا إلها دلالة رمزية، السترن، الجير ولا القرم على الدشبول. حاسة حتى لو أحد إيدي من السترن السيارة من كيف تمشي عدل. إيه معود على كيفك، أريد أوقف.
We got lockbox. Got wake up.
Puedes ver el horizonte al final del camino. He oído que el cielo está tan bajo que no puedes pararte derecho. And the sweet fireflies, they dance in the night. They are stumbling on my way back to you. Sitting here, my gaze is drifting over the horizon.
There we go.
And I lost my memory on the only way over to know.
English? No, sorry. I could of course back in the real world, but it doesn't seem to have come with me
There we go.
into
Got
this
that one
place.
done. 2 puzzles solved. Big
To
news.
me, this sounds like Arabic. I guess it depends on one's perspective. Anyway, as long as you're not going to start shouting at me again, it's an improvement. How would I know? It's not even my car.
Why are you driving it then?
No idea. I find myself behind the wheel here night after night. And the trunk, that's my dream too. You don't want to know how many hours I've spent in there, trying to shift my legs to keep them from falling asleep.
If you didn't kill the house,
Why
you'd
should
get
I
there.
know? What makes you think you can turn up out of thin air and interrogate me? Who are you anyway?
Yeah, tell us who you are first.
I'm not sure actually.
Right, so
But
give him his
here-
name.
It's funny. On this highway, everybody calls me Al-Shatir. Copernicus, huh? Suddenly, this doesn't seem so arbitrary.
Why you say that?
Never heard of Ibn al-Shatir? A famous astronomer. I
Oh,
guess you don't
astronomer.
learn about him in your schools. One of the forefathers of astronomy. In many ways a predecessor to...
Pardon.
Yes, that's right.
Hang on, isn't... No, I was thinking that.
Copernicus. Al-Shatir.
I was thinking that maths thing.
Two iconoclasts from different lands who challenged the belief that the sun revolves around the earth. Two dreamers who had the conviction that their unique consciousness
Get what it's
is
called.
not the only thing in the
you
center of the
count on it.
universe. Maybe you're not just part of my story, like I'm not part of yours. You were trapped in the trunk, where I've been many times. It's like you've wandered into my dream, and I've wandered into yours.
I found that hard to wrap my head around.
Takes a leap of faith, I know, to admit that we both exist.
Do you know the man with many eyes?
A man with many eyes? No, I've run across many strange things recently, but not that. From wars, from bombings, from the cockroaches that crawl out as soon as the dust settles. On the news, you hear only about armies and religious madmen, but it's the gangsters that drove me away. They're the ones who did this to me.
How did you wind up in this place? What kind of gangster question?
I'm one of the ones who didn't make it. Not all the way. I'm stranded somewhere in between, trying to complete the journey every night in my sleep.
How did your journey start?
The El Mahdi army. They called themselves an army anyway. They were looking for my brother-in-law, because he worked as a translator for the US military. Neighbors warned us we should move, and so we did, twice.
Did they find your brother-in-law twice?
Yes, twice. No sooner had we moved the first time than neighbors started telling us that we should move again. That there were people looking for us.
That's terrible. So did it work?
In the beginning, yes. A few years passed and we forgot about the threat. Life had returned to normal. And that's when they came back and picked me up. 2 days later, when I woke up in a Baghdad hospital, I found out that they dumped me off there and told the hospital that I'd hurt myself in a work accident.
What's that? Was that the moment you decided to leave?
Yes. After that, I couldn't stay.
Tell me about your escape. You haven't asked me about my story. Tell me about your escape.
The women in my family, my mother, my sisters, they were the only ones who knew. I got on a plane to Istanbul, where my cousin lived. He took me to Izmir, where the smugglers are.
Okay.
They're easy to find. I bought a space on a vessel, headed to Mytilene, Greece, the closest harbor in Europe.
What kind of vessel was it? Was your rowboat get ripped off? Vessel?
Just a simple raft, but not as overcrowded as in some of the stories you hear. I was lucky, at least in the beginning. We couldn't leave for 5 days. Too many Greek army ships in the sea. Every morning, getting up at 3:30 to make a go of it. By the 5th day, I was so tired of waiting that I wasn't even scared to get on board any longer. Finally, impatience had overtaken fear.
So what happened next? Hey, want to hear about the story? Tell me what happened next.
We did not make it to Europe. A boat pulls up next to us. People are trying to understand what's going on, but the men on the ship only speak Greek. At first, people are worried that it's pirates. They take everything from the passengers. Sometimes take the passengers themselves. Sometimes just ram the boat and laugh as it sinks. But no, these are police, it turns out. They take us back to Turkey, where I'm waiting, and waiting, and waiting. Of course, I did not remember all this in my dreams at first. These were things I remembered from clues I found along the highway.
Ah, right. That's brilliant.
I've dreamed this highway, this car before, many times.
Why'd you dream of American highways? What happened in your dream?
Always a long drive, always danger. Sometimes I'm smuggled in the trunk, sometimes I'm driving. Always checkpoints, inspections, betrayal, always from someone who pretends to be my friend.
Sounds similar to my dream.
What is your dream about?
I'm not sure.
A breakup? That's it? Ah, that's more like it. Who has been kidnapped? Who's this person that's been taken away from you?
My girlfriend.
Do you have a photo? Who knows? Maybe I've...
Oh,
I've seen her somewhere along this highway.
yes, photos of above open.
I know her, the same woman, but with different hair color. I just saw her at the gas station a few miles back.
That's not her, that's Echo.
A decoy?
Decoy,
What kind
sorry.
of game are you playing here? I pulled in there because I was worried about engine trouble. Yes, that's right.
Oh,
There was a
the
scene
lights.
there at the gas station. She was being questioned by two men. She seemed to be explaining herself, pointing at the empty passenger seat in her car. They didn't really seem interested in her, though. They were more interested in the empty car seat.
They think she's done something.
Not exactly. There was a lot of pointing at the passenger seat in her car and shrugging. It seemed they'd lost something. Or someone. The leader, he seemed very unhappy. A guy in an orange vest.
Okay. You say me though.
Sounds like getting in my dream. Getting in the trunk. May have saved your neck.
Okay. You hear anything else?
I just heard one strange thing they said. That they were looking for a guy with 8 fingers. They were going to find him.
8 things.
Something like that. 8 fingers.
What, 8 eyes?
8 digits, maybe. Uh-huh. And you wouldn't happen to have a strange blue box with you, would you? That was the other thing they mentioned. They have the key, but don't want the box open.
Oh?
No, I didn't get a look. Say, have you noticed how many tumbleweeds there are suddenly?
Yeah, loads.
I don't know, but the weather also seems to be turning suddenly. Turn on the radio and see if you can find a weather report.
Okay.
My God! Get that thing off the window! Get it off! Get
8
it off!
signs. Oh, got to the dial.
It seems to be changing the weather conditions.
Dr. Zest presents Interstate Riddle Hour. Dr. Zest, listen.
Let's try.
Cola. Suspense and mystery. With baffling riddles and maddening hints that will leave you scanning the highway for answers and questioning your own sanity. With your hostess, Darlene. Every day at 4:30. Don't miss a single episode.
4:30, don't miss an episode. Okay.
Interstate?
Suddenly, it's sunny. It's not working. They're stuck to the car. We need some other kind of weather to get clear of them.
There's a CZ 24. There's a McDonald's over the road. I could have sought shelter there, but for the wretch-inducing waft of tallow that engulfed me stepping out of the terminal. My pockets are full of change, and I empty them onto the bar. Euros, florins, zloty, level 3.
Earnings per share of $1.68, 4 cents ahead of our guidance and up 11% sequentially. And we generated exceptional operating
get the
cash flow
right,
totaling $398 million in the quarter. At a higher level...
Level 3. Bus is clean. Bus is clean.
I think it's going to be in the 80s. Let's try 4 again. Nothing up in there.
Level 3 thunder. Level 3 thunderstorm. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Damaging winds are causing some trees and large branches to fall. This could injure those outdoors, as well as damage homes and vehicles. Roadways may become blocked by downed trees. Power outages are possible. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Level 3 thunderstorm.
5G catalyzes new markets from autonomous transport, artificial intelligence, and high-definition streaming media. Clearly, our world continues to rely upon seamless, high-speed connectivity, and this trend will only accelerate as 5G adoption grows and novel usage cases emerge.
Just at the front now.
$198 million in the quarter. At a higher level, Scene Finder is ushering in an age of truly ubiquitous connectivity.
Level 3 thunder. Level 3 thunder. Level 3 thunder.
Lyra. Green skin. Rusty scales, all melanoma underneath. It's billowing clouds of black smoke, a choking death rattle. And amongst the crowd milling at the door, a girl with long red hair turns towards me and maybe smiles before stepping on board. I follow the other passengers, 40 sloven old crones, into the foyer of the bus station, which is all concrete and closed ticket windows. The walls are papered with old timetables, shredded and water-stained. It's colder in here than outside, and a group of semi-conscious homeless people nest together like penguins, sharing warmth and white rum. There's a woman at the information window, but she sees me coming and pulls the blind down, but I don't care. I don't want to talk to her. I know where I'm going. There's a sleazy 24-hour bar next door, and the barman catches my eye and starts pulling a beer before I've sat down. There's a McDonald's over the road. I could have sought shelter there, but for the retch-inducing waft of tallow that engulfed me stepping out of the terminal. My pockets are full of change, and I empty them onto the bar. Euros, florins, zlotys, lei, lira, and eventually there are enough crowns to pay. The beer is okay, but the glass smells like an ashtray, and everyone seems to be staring at me. But that's normal. Everyone always stares at me. There's enough money for a second one, and I nurse it until it's warm. I haven't eaten for 24 hours, and it's gone straight to my head. Our bus is clean and white among the other 50 or so which are parked here at the city's main terminal, which is more like an auto graveyard. 20 meters away, there's an old reptilian bus, shedding a green skin, rusty scales, all melanoma underneath. The bus is clean.
Looks like tornado conditions now.
Right.
Look, the tornado. It's starting to pull the tumbleweeds off the car, but it's not strong enough.
Warning, tornado 20 feet from car. Tornado warning.
Right there.
Warning, tornado 20 feet from car. Tornado warning. Warning, tornado 20 feet from car. Tornado 40 feet from car. Tornado
There we go.
It worked. Oh, good riddance. Look, that was very strange. Even for this place.
Yes, I agree.
And the eyes on those things. It seemed they were spying. Searching for something. Did you notice? What do you know about these guys? The ones who are after you? Oh, let's see. Balkan tours?
Know
Not
them?
directly, no. But I've heard about them. From a guy in Istanbul I met. He had made it through to Europe, but then had come back to get his family. But that's another story. He had come across this Balkan tours on his way back from Serbia. He warned everyone about them who would listen. Apparently, they had a charitable program to help refugees, promising to help them. But no one who accepted their help was ever seen from again. People just disappeared. And it wasn't just people in the refugee community either. Tourists too. There were strange stories. Did she mention anything about this Balkan tours to you?
Don't you never mention that name?
I guess merely the fact that you ever saw her again suggests otherwise. Still, it seems like a connection.
What's these
I
people?
only heard bits and pieces. Nothing very clear. Mirrors. Rooms full of mirrors. People losing their minds and never coming back.
Oh, with mirrored
Yes.
eyes. 8 eyes.
People who were heading from Turkey into Croatia and Serbia were being warned about it. Watch out for
Excuse me?
mirrors. Rooms full of mirrors. Rooms full of ice.
I need to do something to help her.
Well, my friend, I think right now the best thing you can do is run for safety. They probably have a good beat on your location, assuming the tumbleweeds were on their payroll. Make no mistake, these guys are dangerous.
What's worse that could happen, okay? What do you
Honestly,
guess?
I have no idea. But tangling with Balkan tours right now would be suicide. I mean, it's what they want, isn't it?
Yeah, they want to
Right.
stop them.
Where did you get the box? They must be worried about what's inside. Worried it will expose them, all the things they've done, to her and to all the other people they've hurt.
So what's the plan? Where are we going?
I wish I knew. Even if I make it to my destination, I'm still not home. That's what it means to be an exile. My niece, Nadia, used to ask me that question all the time. Where are you going, Uncle? She was the only young person who knew I was leaving. Imagine, she knew when my father didn't. I was always mad at my sister for telling her. She would ask me that when I was putting her to bed.
What
The
do you
only
tell her?
thing you can tell when a person that young asks you a question like that at bedtime. I told her the truth. Not the truth, but the truth wrapped in the blanket of a story.
Okay, here we go.
There's a place where the river Tigris runs through Baghdad. A place called the Two-Story Bridge. When I was a kid, I would go fishing there and look out at the water and wonder where it all led. As a child, I was told that the farthest place on the earth from Baghdad is a place called Fiji. I would train my eyes on the horizon and imagine that all the water led there, to the point where the sky met the earth. To my child's mind, Fiji was the place where the sky touches the earth. These people of Fiji, they must be very tolerant people to live in such a place where one has to stoop over at all times and can never stand up straight. Eventually, they resolved to leave and find a new home, where the sky was farther from the earth, where the pandanus tree can grow high enough to be woven. So, they left this land right under the sky, leaving behind those people so old and bent that they no longer cared to stand up straight. The other Fijians gradually moved away from the edge of the world, and the sky got a little higher, and then they found a marvelous place. It was fertile and lush, with excellent weather, an orange tree for every backyard. But there was one problem: earthquakes. Terrible earthquakes, as frequent as rains during the springtime in this country. All because the sky was still close to the earth. When there's thunder, it echoes off the roof of the sky and causes the ground to break. But the Fijians adjusted. They built their entire civilization out of rubber. Rubber houses with rubber beds that would sway during the quakes, with rubber restraints that would hold the sleeping Fijians tight while they dreamed. But Nadia didn't want a bedtime story about that. She wanted a story about good and evil, the kind of story children like. So I changed it for her to be about a Fijian princess called Nadia, who finds the source of all the earthquakes. Yes, but it's a child's bedtime story.
Oh, yeah.
You can change the details as you go along. So, Nadia finds a dragon hiding under the earth. A dragon with a splinter in its toe, whose terrible roaring causes the earth to break. Nadia slays the dragon and saves the people by uttering a magic spell. Gonothi se auton. Gonothi se auton. It's actually Greek.
Oh, it's great.
Rolls right off the tongue, no? Okay, that was interesting. Can you say that again? Or the mirror eyes closed? Seems like it.
Yeah.
And look, that's not the spell's only power. The card. There's a phone number on it now. Do you know what this means? I think you're ready to make a certain phone call. Ready to put your spell to use?
Yeah.
Good. Do you have a phone?
Yeah, but it's not mine, it belongs to the waitress.
Even better. So, here's the plan. You call them and tell them you want to sign up for a tour.
Okay, got it.
Here's the thing. If they act like they're taking you on a tour, everything is good. But if they've figured you out, they'll try to distract you while they kidnap you. Take it from me. They tell you someone you care about is in danger, but don't believe it. If everything's fine, then everything's fine. But if someone you know is in danger, it's a trap. Get out of there. Are you ready?
Okay.
Dial the number.
So the number.
What can I help you with? That's a big park. You near the Argus gas station on Route 90? Alright, I'll pick you up in an hour.
Right.
You don't have a car, do you? Just guess from your voice. So, see you in an hour. Don't worry about that. I'll be waiting for you once you land.
Chill on. Okay. Pretty weird.
So, it worked then? I think you'll be fine. Just keep the spell close at hand. And remember, if they start telling you someone close had been hurt, it's a trap. Isn't that how these things normally work in the stories of this country?
Oh, it's pairing.
Other characters shows up, imparts some hard-earned wisdom, then conveniently fades away. Thanks. I think you'll be fine. You have allies all along this road, even in the cars of enemies. I've left something for you.
Hey, sorry I haven't written in a while.
That's his girlfriend, isn't it? Right. Well, that was Ride 4. But yeah, we'll continue that next week, which will be the final one, which will be Ride 5. So if you did enjoy that, that was Hitchhiker, Ride 4. I've been God of Time, and this has been God of Time Gaming. If you are liking the content, please subscribe. Like the video, turn the notification bell on to let you know when I go live on Twitch and when I put a video on YouTube. Okay, next game tonight will be Wild Hearts. So let's continue. Okay, so Wild Hearts. Both reconciling, so it's technical issues apparently with Xbox. Oh, it should be okay though. It is going through AI.